before going to bed Saturday, don't forget to move your clocks 1 hour ahead. Daylight saving time is back. That means an extra hour of light at the end of the day, but it also means parents and kids will have to adjust to that time change. You and your kids may feel off for a few days. Joining us now to tell us more on how to lessen the blow to our sleep patterns is pediatric sleep consultant Jolyn Dilk Salyn. Good morning, Jolyn.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now, why does daylight saving take such a toll on us? Physically, emotionally, mentally, all of it.
Psychologically,
yes.
For parents. Yeah, it's tough for, I work with families and parents, and it's tough to start rerouting your whole schedule and adjusting everything, the meals, the bedtimes, all that kind of stuff. So kids tend to get a little bit cranky, parents are cranky. It's not a fun time.
And it doesn't just happen on the first day. This is a week-long thing, right?
It takes about a week for our internal system. So we have an internal clock called our circadian rhythm, and the sleep-wake cycle takes about a week to fully adjust. So you've got that, 7 days of not happy times for a lot of families.
And this time is actually more difficult on parents, but maybe easier on kids. Explain the difference here.
It's going to be harder for adults. This is usually easier for parents, this time change.
Okay.
Parents are a little bit more scared in the fall.
Yeah.
But this time change, a lot of kids are just sleeping in, so we have to wake them up. So it's a little bit easier for the parents, but us as adults, we have to just get up and go, right? So we've lost that hour of sleep. So we have to be really careful of our adult sleep as well.
Because this is when you really feel it, is this period of change.
Yeah, the first few days for sure are really tough on our bodies. So, and little kids too, they're trying to adjust to everything.
And there's research showing that this can be harmful to our health. It could also be dangerous if you're not paying attention when you're driving. It really has some effects, right?
Yeah, there's more cases of heart attacks in this week of this time change. So again, we want to be really careful of our sleep.
Okay, so what do we do?
So if you have the luxury for the little ones, for babies, if you have an infant under 12 months, you could start moving their schedule back right now, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, a little bit earlier today and tomorrow.
So
Sunday
if they go
morning,
to bed at 7,
yeah.
Put them to bed at 6:30.
Okay. Yeah. And then on Sunday morning, don't wake them up, let them sleep in, see if they can kind of start to readjust.
Okay.
And then start, exposing them to the morning sunlight. That's going to help to reset that circadian rhythm. But, come Monday, if you don't have that luxury, we're going to start moving to the new schedule. So if their bedtime used to be 7 o'clock, they're not going to be tired at 7 o'clock anymore because it's going to feel like 6. Mm-hmm. You may have to be putting them to bed a little bit later for a while. So our babies maybe 30 minutes, our toddlers and preschoolers maybe an hour. So if their bedtime was 7,
wow.
Now we're looking at 8. But that's only going to be a few days, right? Our body's starting to readjust, and we can start bringing that bedtime back a little bit.
And physically, open the blinds, right? You want that sunlight.
Yeah, you want that sunlight. In the evenings, for the first few days, you still want it a little bit bright, again, to shift the clock, but our sun is going to start coming up earlier and earlier. Be protective of that morning wake-up time, so keep those blinds dark in the early morning hours.
Any advice for parents or adults on what they can do to sort of mitigate this?
Be careful of your own sleep. Watch what your body is telling you. You might have to get to bed a little bit earlier for a while, but you'll adjust. Just be very careful of what you're doing.
And don't be so cranky.
It's tough sometimes.
It is when you lose that sleep and it sort of builds up, right?
Yeah,
okay, well,
yeah.
Thank you for all of this.